Good afternoon. This is David Fernandez with Anatomy and Physiology class and doing Lab 5, Experiment 3, the owl pellet dissection. So I checked all of my materials. I don't have black construction paper, but I do have the aluminum foil. I'll be using that as the base. I am wearing all my PPEs, right? I have my apron, eyewear, gloves. I also have, obviously, the owl pellet, the beaker of water, which hopefully we won't have to use, and the ruler. I also have the lens, forceps, and I do have the toothpicks. So, at the very beginning it says to check what the pellet length and width is, and any physical observations. So let's just get right to it. So, it's very round. So, I remember as a kid, back in elementary school, they had us dissect these things before. I actually don't think we were wearing gloves, but again, this was like the 90s, so, I mean, what can you do? Just right from the get-go, I will say this. The owl pellets I remember dissecting as a kid. I remember them being somewhat longer. This seems to be very compact. I was trying not to damage the aluminum foil, but what can you do? Here we are. Okay, so with our handy dandy ruler, in centimeters it's asking for, we will measure the longest aspect of it, and it is about 4.8 centimeters. So let's do that right now and update that. Okay. I will probably have to wash my laptop after this. So here we go. Oh, the things we do for science. So let's see. We are now at the width, and it is about 3.4 at its widest part. I mean, I'm going to go with the widest part. So I'm going to say it's 3.4 centimeters. And any physical observations? I'm already seeing some hair and some fur, obviously, and that's normal, totally normal, nothing wrong there. Let's just wipe down the table after all this. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. And making sure that you can actually see. This is my camera phone. This is my phone recording the video, as it has been so far, always. And it's propped up against my laptop, obviously. So it's kind of hard to get a good angle sometimes. But I like to think I've been doing fairly well so far. And I don't know about the dozens of videos you have to watch. You made an announcement earlier this week that, about the epic marathon you're gonna have to watch. The epic YouTube marathon you're gonna have to just go through. I hope at least these videos, if nothing else, give you some entertainment, even if it's only slight. I found a bone so far. I found a bone. I found actually quite a few little bones. So I'm gonna assume that was part of the ribs. So can't wait to see. This is. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this was a small animal. Yep, a small animal indeed. So, let's see. Nice and easy. Oh, I see the skull already. Fascinating creatures, owls. I'm told that they were always supposed to be the wisest. In the stories that you always hear that they're supposed to be the wisest of all creatures. But in reality, they're usually cowards. From what I don't remember where I read about that. But they're usually, easily spooked. Hoot hoot. Would have guessed. Okay. There we go. Oh, well. I think I see what is a scapula. Let us continue. Rather big bone here. Possibly a femur. Still trying to get to the skull. I don't know if you could see it. Right here. Skull looks like it's been cracked. Actually, it's an even crack. It's symmetrical. So maybe that's the parietal. This seems to be the top of the head for sure. And I just found the eye socket. I also seem to remember as a kid that these things were actually really, really delicate, so it's always best to just pick them off little by little. I don't know how you do these videos. I mean, watching one or two of these I can understand, fine, whatever, it's interesting enough. And even then, after like the first 10 that you watch, I mean, you know, in your career, this has got to be just drolling. You're probably going to skip this entire thing, I would imagine. I found a very interesting bone just now. It looks kind of like maybe like a clavicle, I guess, but with a hole. No, maybe like a scapula. Oh, another bone. There we go. How they had us do this in elementary school, I have no idea. A bunch of 8-year-olds. They're not exactly known for their sensitivity here. I'm 32 and I still apparently am lacking in it. But I could, you know, I thought I did a good job when I was a kid. Anyway, not that it matters. There we go. And here we have the skull. Oh, here we go. Not sure what that was. Does look like a beak, but these are not feathers, so I'm not entirely sure what this is. Not sure what that is. Can't wait to find out. I assume that you just want us to have this video just to have the dissection. We will, I don't have the other page up as to how to identify everything. But with an extra 30 seconds, right? All I need to do is just at least identify the skull and everything else should fall into place, right? If I remember correctly, it should be rather unusual to have more than one animal in a single owl pellet. So here's the skull. And it just broke in half. Well, the mandible just fell off. So I guess it's supposed to happen. I'll leave that alone for now. Okay, and let's continue. What is this? Whatever it is, it's delicate. Oop. Get out of here. I think I found a second skull. Yep, sure did. I think. Yep, that's a second skull. So apparently I lucked out. I got 2 skulls. Hey. Okay. And here's the second skull. As to what it is, I do not know. Let's find out. Well, actually, let me just finish up what's left in the pellet, and we will go from there. Ooh. Now we're getting to the bones of it. Only problem is now I have two skulls, so I have no idea whose bones belongs to who. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, I believe I just got a rib cage. Hmm. Oh, there. So delicate, these things. Shame. Let's see. Oh, got some vertebrae. And just lost some vertebrae. Oh. Come on. There we go. Nope. Oh, hold on. Get out of here. It appears I actually have a third skull. I think I have a third skull. Either I'm very lucky or I was mistaken about the uncommonality, the rarity of having more than one animal per owl pellet. Yep, here's the third one. So this is the third skull I have found. Well, all that's left right now is just to sift through the rest of the rubble. Now that it's all been broken up, as you can see, it's gotten a lot bigger, because it was obviously compacted. And I will be making my classifications. Apparently I have 3 choices to choose from, so it's always nice to have options. Thank you, and this concludes the experiment for experiment 3 for the owl pellet dissection. Thank you.